Hi, my name is Chantel Plowman, and you are watching Wild Wednesday TV. We are women igniting life streams. As you can see from my glasses, my eyes still aren't healed, but they are on the road to recovery. But today I want to talk about something different. I want to talk about transcending pain. I'm at a stage in life right now where I'm surrounded by loss far more than I ever was when I was younger. I have friends who have lost a spouse due to death or divorce, people who've gone through some really challenging situations with their children, or people who've lost a key loved one in their life, like a parent. And when people around me are suffering, or when I'm suffering, sometimes it seems like all these ideas about how to live your best life just seem futile. It just somehow seems absurd to think that life is great when at the moment it just really sucks. But I had an insight on this just recently when I was sharing a story with my son. I was telling him about the Tony Robbins documentary on Netflix that's called I'm Not Your Guru. And if you haven't seen it before, I would really recommend it. I wasn't really a Tony Robbins fan, and I didn't really know that much about him except for his infomercial years ago. But after watching the documentary, I think he does some amazing work. He does these week-long workshops on personal transformation for huge groups of people, and the documentary follows some of the events of one of these workshops. And throughout the workshop, he does some individual interventions with people on whatever their personal issues are at the time. And he did this one intervention with a young woman whose upbringing was so horrific and painful. And I just sat and listened to her story, and I wondered, how is Tony Robbins going to do anything for this woman? How can he help her? What could he possibly do that would help her out of the pain that she's in? And I won't go into the details of her story because you can watch the documentary if you're interested. But his solution that he came with, seemingly on the spot, I thought was genius. And again, I won't get into the specifics of what he did, but I'll share with you what I came to understand as a way to transcend pain. So first of all, he acknowledged her just for the beautiful, lovable, incredibly strong person that she is for surviving the situation she was in, and told her that her pain was her strength. If she could still be here after what she went through, she could turn that pain into strength to help others transcend their pain. And then he helped her to create a community to support her. So what I took away from that intervention is that in order to transcend pain, you need two key things. The first is to try and find some sort of meaning or some sort of gift that comes from the pain. And that's pretty hard to do when you're in the middle of it. But I think in time and over time, you can try and view things as a blessing. Like, for example, losing a parent. I mean, that's just one of the hardest things that we have to go through in life, because that's the person who's there for us, who loves us more than anyone else in the world. But I think you can view it as there's that incredible gift that they gave you, that love that you can share with your children or whoever it is you want to share that love with. And you can see the beauty in their life and what they passed on to you. And this part I think is really hard, but I think over time it's possible to find meaning, and that meaning can give you the energy to move forward. I think about also parents who have lost their children, which again is one of the most horrific losses I think anyone can face. And they do things like starting foundations in their children's name to create something good out of something that seems so awful. And it helps them to heal and find meaning and some sort of peace to move forward. But what I want to talk about in some more detail is the second part, which is to create a support network. So that could be friends, family, community, association. It could be a big group, or it could just be one person. But I think we all need to have that connection with other people who love and support us, and to help get us through those really difficult times in life. And it got me to thinking about who the people in my life are that support me. And I'm really grateful that there are so many of them. And I think it's really important to foster and nurture those relationships that provide us with the support where we can also support them. Because life is filled with so many challenges and loss, and we need to rely on the strength of others when we go through those times. And it feels great to also to be able to offer that support to others when they need it. So I'd like you to ask yourself, what can you do this week to create or nurture relationships with people in your life that support you? So if you already have those people in your life that you can go to when life is really challenging, what can you do to let them know how important they are to you and how you appreciate them? And if you don't have that kind of support in your life, how can you create that for yourself? And I do have a few ideas on this. One is you could reach out to people that you already know and like and try and deepen that connection. Or you could meet people through a course or a workshop on something that you're interested in, that you have common interests with those people. You could do it directly by hiring a counselor or a coach, or you could create a support network online or in person with people who are going through the same or similar experience that you are. So find ways to connect with people who you can support and who can support you. So now I'd love to hear from you. Who can you rely on when you are in a painful situation? What is something you could do to nurture that relationship or those relationships with the people that support you? Leave us a comment below and let us know. And join us at our after party at womenignitinglifestreams.com, where all the best conversations can happen. Go to our media tab and comment below this video. And when you're there, if you're not already, please subscribe and become a true wild woman. Thanks.